that thing being in Mobile next year, that makes it a lot more easier for me to go. I definitely plan on going.
Yeah, we are. As soon as they announced it, Phyllis said, "Are we going?" I said, "Yeah, you say so. You the one got the money."
Hey, Neil, that's going to be after season 3, Pitmasters.
Do it after season 3. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Just waiting for the word, Kevin.
Okay, who are these guys? I don't know these guys.
I was
Let's
getting
go.
ready to say something. That guy walked into Walmart the other day, naked, 6'4", 300 pounds. Took all his clothes off and then walked on the Walmart and stole a pair of socks. What's this world coming to?
Okay, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to go. All right, we're broadcasting. Yep.
This episode of In the Hut has been brought to you by Fred's Music and Barbecue, your barbecue superstore. Please visit them at www.fredsmusicandbbq.com.
Get ready for an insightful panel discussion on barbecue. You are In the Hut. In the Hut. Now, here's your program host, Huck Jr.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of In the Hut. Today we have Chad Ward of Whiskey Bent Barbecue. We have George Hensler of Who Are Those Guys? We got Neil, Big Mr. Straughter. And as always, we have Senior from Huck's Hut. How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
Got a full house today, huh?
Uh,
The first,
Good evening.
Hey, what's up, Chad? George?
What's going on?
Hey, everything. First topic I wanted to talk about today, guys, is this Operation Barbecue, the relief efforts. Chad, I believe me and you have talked a little bit offline regarding it. You have anything to say on that, and where exactly they are right now with their efforts? And I just want to get the awareness out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you go to OperationBarbecueRelief.com, or you can find them on Facebook too at Operation Barbecue Relief. They're actually, I believe, mobilizing right now to go to, I believe, somewhere in Illinois, Harrison or Harrisburg, to help some of the tornado victims from last night and today. And these guys, they don't, I find myself every once in a while just, if you got 10 or 20 bucks, just go to the website, donate. Every little bit helps. These guys stretch their money as far as they can, and when something happens, they get together the resources and they just go. And if money's tight and you can't do that, but it's close to you, go help those guys. And you don't have to drag a pit, or you don't have to do this. Just go be another set of hands. These guys don't ask for much. It's whatever you can give and help with, and they don't care if it's raw talent and labor, or if it's a buck here or a buck there.
Okay, thanks a lot, Chad. Is that just for our listeners? Is that like a team, or is that group comprised of several teams?
Several different guys. So and a lot of different teams. So you got Stan Hayes, you got Jeff Stith, and then what they do is they try. So I would say those two are kind of the guys that I think is leading the charge.
Okay.
don't forget Bill Cleaver.
Yep. To do is they'll try to work with different people in the region. Like I know Gary and Dion Layton from Holy Smokes Barbecue down here in the southeast. There are like southeastern champions. If something happens in the southeast, that's who you reach out to. That's who's gonna coordinate the efforts. So I think they kind of have that central founding group and then outside of that, they kind of work regionally to be able to move as quick as they can.
Okay. All right. Now, and that website one more time, Chad?
OperationBBQRelief.com.
Okay, cool. I definitely
and you can also find them on Facebook, same place.
I have to be honest, I've heard of them, but I just I don't know. I just never necessarily kept up where they are. I'll definitely do a lot more of that right now.
Hey, do they have like a hookup where, with PayPal you can, donate something like that?
Absolutely, Senior. If you go over there right now,
Mm-hmm.
they ain't bashful about it. As soon as you hit Operation Barbecue Relief,
Okay.
you can see the donate button right there, and it'll take you right to PayPal, and you can donate right on the site.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like good. I mean, we like the barbecue, but, we like to help too, so we will be visiting that, and I suggest, anybody that can, like you said, if you don't have the money, maybe you just got the time, and there's a lot of people that's in need right now.
Absolutely.
Cool. Thanks a lot on that one, Chad. Chad, next thing I wanted to get into was the whiskey bent barbecue class. Is there any barbecue classes coming up?
We are doing another one April 7th, back over in Brandon at the Rolling Pin. We're gonna do pulled pork. We're gonna do some smoked grilled wings. We're doing a kind of a cheesy corn casserole, and strawberries are real big this time of year down here. So we're gonna do a grilled strawberry shortcake. So we got a pretty good class lined up. The last one that we did was ribs. We had a great turnout. It was close to a sellout. The brisket class was a sellout, and so now we're gonna do pulled pork. As you guys can tell, I'm saving chicken for last because actually I may just skip chicken and move on to prime rib next is what I'm thinking. But yeah, we've got that April 7th. That's over in Brandon, and then just finished talks today with my good friend Ron over at Grills Plus More here in Lakeland, and it looks like we're gonna start doing more competition level classes over at his new kitchen that he's building inside his grill store. So we'll probably set the first one up for April, towards the end of April there. So we're looking forward to that.
Okay, sounds good. So everybody get to sit up there and watch a skinny guy cook barbecue, right, Chad?
Man, definitely not the skinny part, but they can sit there and watch some barbecue be cooked, no doubt.
You have something to say, Senior?
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about doing those wings there, right?
Yeah.
You got a secret about doing that or anything?
No, what I like to do, and on a pellet grill, it's easy to do, and we'll get to it actually and talk about it when we get to the Sam's Club wing contest thing. It's kind of similar to what we did there. Mm-hmm. But I like to let the wings go at about 250 for about an hour. Let them catch some smoke, and then turn that pellet grill up to 500, and really kind of sear them off and char them. And that's kind of how I like to do it, and they turn out pretty good that way, I think.
Okay. Cool, sounds good. George, what's up with the next barbecue book, man? I haven't talked to you a while on the book. I just was wondering where you were, or if you came up with a title yet, and anything. Is this still going to be the one with the recipes? We got our team started already.
Actually, the one I was working on has kind of been put on the shelf here for a bit. I've been asked by Dave DeWitt, who is also known as the Pope of Peppers. He's very big in the hot pepper world. He's written 40 or 45 books on hot peppers and hot pepper cooking and so forth. And he has asked me to join him in a collaborative effort in a book that he wants to write on barbecue trivia. So Dave just released a book this month on chili trivia, and we plan to have this barbecue trivia book ready by March of 2013. So the writing time that I have, which of course when you work full time, it's not what I'd like it to be, is kind of been devoted to this other effort with working with Dave on the barbecue trivia book.
That sounds interesting. So we got barbecue to over to a hot sauce. You said he was what's his name? Pepper.
Dave DeWitt. They call him the Pope of Peppers. That's kind of like his nickname. He's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he runs the Fiery Foods and Barbecue show out in Albuquerque, which is going on right this weekend. He's very big. He's been on Martha Stewart and a lot of different shows. He's huge in the hot pepper world. He's what they call the Pope of Peppers.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Any insight on the release?
We're right now. The schedule is we're shooting for the book to be available in March at the Fiery Food Show next March, 2013. That's when it's planned to be released. So we've got a lot of work to get from here to there, but things are moving along pretty good. Dave's efforts right now have been really devoted to his show, which is going on this weekend out there. But as soon as that gets cleared up and he gets that wrapped up, we're going to really get down to business on it. But I've been doing a lot of the preliminary research and whatnot on it. So I think it's going to be a fun project. It looks like it's going to be a lot of good stuff.
What kind of things are you looking for? Funny happenings, or two-time winners, or 10-time winners. What are we looking for in the trivia part of it?
I've kind of got the door open. I've got an outline of maybe 30 or 35 different topics that I'd like to cover, ranging from the best to the worst of your barbecue you've ever eaten to competition. Naturally I'm going to have a good bit in there about the competition cooking and funny team names, something crazy that might have happened at a cook-off. Barbecue restaurants.
Okay.
Just anything at all to do with barbecue, and of course, with my spin being on it, I am always in search of the funny bone aspect of something, looking for a little giggle or a chuckle if I can find that. That's kind of where I'm hunting.
Hey, I got something for you. How you spell barbecue?
I've written about a chapter about 4 or 5 pages already on the introduction about the crazy different ways about barbecue. So I've got some good stuff down on that already. But yeah, I think that's a good one to bring up.
That sounds good. Hey George, just judging from the length of your Facebook status updates, I don't think you'll have a problem of filling that book up.
Well, are you trying to say that I'm long-winded?
They're like well thought out editorials. Your statuses. I think you were the first one to find out that they bumped up the character length of status updates.
I have never been accused of being short of words. That's for sure.
Right.
Written or spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, Neil, you have anything to ask George on the book? Anything in particular? You don't have to come up with anything. It's okay. Guys?
Luke?
Uh-oh. Looks like we might have lost everyone.
I'm here.
I'm here. That when you got that microphone on mute, nobody really hears you. No, I was gonna say it does not surprise me that Mr. DeWitt there, coming from the Fiery Foods world, went and picked one of the more fiery barbecue writers, and Mr. Hensler to have him help him out on this. I think George would do a good job with it.
Well, thank you, Chad. I'll send you a check out. Your check's in the mail.
Excellent, man. Thank you. I'll tell you what. Keep the check, George, and just invite me over for dinner the next Friday night at a contest. We'll call it even.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, George, you know where to send that book at, right?
That's right. I got the address right there. But Dave's book, The Chili Trivia, just came out, and he sent me a copy. I just got it last week, and I've been going through it. It's got some really good stuff, and anybody that has an interest in chilies or hot peppers, there's a lot of good stuff. It's called Chili Trivia, and the author's Dave DeWitt. It's a very nice read.
Okay, sounds good. Just to make sure we do have everybody here, because it sounded like we lost everyone for a second there. Neil, you still there, right?
I think I am.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. I think you are too. Hey, next thing I wanted to talk about, right back actually to Chad and any of you guys, you can just jump in with a question if you want. Chad, I think out of all of us so far, you've been the only one to compete in the Sam's Club events this year. Can you give us an idea of the atmosphere? I mean, I know that the odds were going into it. The odds are pretty good based on which was kind of strange. The small amount of entries, well, not small, but I would have thought it would have sold out. So you want to give us an idea about the atmosphere, how it was around? Is it like any other contest or more competitive? People are more heads down or what? I think you got your mic on mute again, Chad.
Yes, I did actually.
Okay.
So not only was I the first one on the panel to compete in the Sam's Club contest, I was the first one on the panel to be eliminated from the Sam's Club tournament. So I would say
I didn't want to say
was,
it like that.
Well, I did. It's man, usually I'm over a contest by Tuesday morning afterwards.
Right.
And I'm still not over this one, man. I don't know if it's because Tampa was the first stop, so now I've got to watch all these other locals and all the regionals and then the national, knowing that we don't have a shot at it or what it is. But I was pretty disappointed too that it didn't sell out. I think one of the things for people that don't understand Florida geography very well, there was Tampa, 2 weekends ago, and then there's Ocala this weekend. Tampa and Ocala are maybe an hour and 15 minutes apart.
Okay.
So what ended up happening there is you had some, you just had some guys that I think if they would have went and kept and had maybe one in Tampa or Ocala, and then moved the other one a little bit further north, like to Jacksonville or Pensacola or somewhere like that, we'd have probably saw both Florida contests sell out. But I think what happened is I think what we did as a state is we guaranteed that if we're lucky, we'll get one Sam's Club next year. But I don't think we definitely won't get the shot at two.
Okay. I think.
But as far as the competition environment, it's very quiet. Except obviously over at our place, I think we stayed up, and people came by and we sat up and had some beers until 1:30 in the morning. But everything was still pretty quiet and low key. I mean, you had a pretty brutal 72-year-old security guard walking around with some mace, so nobody was going to get out of line.
And a flashlight.
But no, it was a well-run contest. I mean, Troy Black, some of the changes they made for Sam's Club this year are phenomenal. Everything was well run, and I think it went really well. As far as the contest part, and the only part we didn't like was the scoring part.
I understand you on that one. Hey Chad, what did you do? What was your best category? Was it in like third or fifth?
Yeah, third in brisket. The pork, right. I kind of knew that maybe we were a little overcooked on the pork, and I think when you go 18th out of 20, the judges told you, yeah, you were probably a little overcooked on pork. Didn't think it was that bad, but I guess it was. Ribs kind of flustered me, and chicken, we've been kind of middle of the road lately, so we're experimenting with some changes before we go out to Vegas. But brisket was our best category. We took third, and then we actually took second in the Tyson wing contest, which we can talk about here in a few.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of rub were you using on that brisket?
I was using that Big Mister's bitchin' beef rub on it.
All right now.
What kind of beef rub is that again?
So I've gotten to where I kind of do a 50-50 mix between Neil's beef rub and Great Lakes Barbecue Supplies beef rub. They've got some different flavors that complement each other, and it's been working out great. We took an 8th place at Pig Fest with it. We took a 3rd place at Sam's Club with it, so we'll definitely be taking that concoction out to Vegas.
Okay, and how is that beef rub, Chad? I heard a
It's
guy
bitchin'.
by the name of I heard Big Mister say it was good, but I think he might have been slightly biased.
No, I like it. It's really good. I actually did it on I used it on some tri-tip the other night, and I thought it was pretty good. I've used it on steak. It's it's not just built for brisket. I mean, it's definitely built for beef. The pork rub we've kind of raved about. Definitely our pork scores lately have not been from the rubs and the injections. It's just been an issue with the cooking of it, which falls on my shoulders. But love the pork rub too. And I don't know if Neil's going to announce it tonight or if he's waiting another week or two, but he's got a chicken rub that may just be the thing that we need to get those chicken scores back on track. So we've been playing around with it, kind of pre-release, and we like what we see so far.
Sound like it was announced.
Well, no.
Hey, I tell you what. I tell you what, though. That's definitely good information. However, Neil, Neil, you been letting me down, man. I was trying. I sent my money for the rub, and I requested my airfare over to the MBBQA conference, and I didn't get my plane tickets.
You didn't?
Yeah, you said you were going to send it. I don't know, man. Well, maybe I just only asked you for the plane tickets. I just had to throw that in there,
I put it right in with the rub that you ordered.
Okay. Hey, back to you one more time, Chad. How did the wing contest go? I mean, is that anything different than any of the other contests, which are your normal prep time? What's the space between?
Man,
was that a half an hour? From space between a previous event.
No, so you're done with brisket at 1:30.
Right.
And the wings have to be turned in at 2:30.
Oh, okay.
The other thing where you have to change gears is it is no garnish. So us FBA boys loved it. So it's a full box of meat. And in all honesty, what we did was we took all the leftover rub that we had from the 4 categories, put it all in a bowl, and tossed the wings in it. And we put the wings on the smoker at 250 for about an hour. After an hour.
Uh-oh. Sound like you went to mute again. You said after about an hour, Chad?
Yeah, are you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So after about an hour, we pulled the wings off. We put all 4 sauces that were left over from the 4 turn-ins in a pan and tossed the wings in it, and then put them back on the grill at 500, charred them, and then Jared, my teammate, I think the picture's on Facebook, I think we got either 38 or 42 pieces in the box. It was the weekend after Valentine's Day, so Jared said we were making a chicken wing Valentine bouquet. And if you look at it, it kind of looks like one. It was pretty funny.
I got to check that out. You posted it to your Facebook page?
Whiskey Bent BBQ, the fan page.
The fan page, okay, gotcha.
And it turned out really cool, and actually when we ate it, and then actually on the way out, some lady had given us some rub at Lakeland Pig Fest to try out, and so I tasted it in my hand. I was like, this is pretty good. I was like, what do you think, Jared? Jared goes, yeah, it tastes pretty good. And so we sprinkled it on top of the wings before we closed the box, and then just went off. And when we got called in second, we thought it was pretty fortunate. We were glad we weren't first, because when you're first, you have to give them the recipe. Okay. So I don't know how the hell we would have wrote that recipe up.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know how you would have written that either. How you would have respectfully written it.
Right. It would have.
Yeah, they probably would have really been disappointed to hear what they.
Yeah.
how you prep that.
It would have been a big ass swag for sure.
Yeah.
But what I would recommend to anybody doing Sam's Club, it's a free entry. It's going to cost you what, $12 worth of wings. We won $100 for second place. Just go ahead and do it. It's something fun, and don't take it too serious. Just do like we did and have fun with it and play around with it, and you may get a check or you may not, but it doesn't cost you anything except the meat.
So when you said it was no garnish, is that they didn't want the garnish, or it was optional, or?
Not optional. The ruling was no garnish.
No garnish. Okay. How about deep fried? Would they go for that?
Somebody asked that, and
just
think it was-
phase out again. Chad, repeat where you were at. You said somebody asked that, and then you went out after that.
Yes, someone asked about it, but I believe somebody else referenced a rule where it wasn't able to be used.
Yeah.
Because I think that was an idea a couple folks had.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Figure I put them on the smoker for a little while, get a nice little color, and boom, deep fry them a couple minutes. Throw some sauce on them. Here you go.
It's not a bad idea.
Next thing I want to talk about here is Barbecue Pitmasters Season 3. I don't know if we can get through a show until they announce the folks that they picked. Who's going to be on the show, I guess, and then after that, it's when it starts actually. Have any of you on this on this panel heard anyone that actually made it? I mean, you don't have to say the name if you don't want to, but Neil, have you heard?
I actually have.
You have.
Yeah, George Hensler called me yesterday, and Who Are Those Guys is going to be on Pitmaster Season 3.
Yeah, right.
Why does George sound surprised?
Wait.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're on there, but as soon as we announced it, they said, "Oh, that was against the rules," and kicked us off.
No, I mean, I know me personally. I have heard nothing about competitors.
Right.
I have heard of 2 FBA contests that have been selected to be filmed at. So that's all I know.
Cool. Neil?
Nope.
I heard, Myron said he's judging. That's about all I know.
That's about all you know. Okay. And
I talked to Marcus over the weekend, and he said he can't. They hadn't even finished picking, so they were. From what I understood, they were calling people Monday and Tuesday, and my phone didn't ring. So.
Okay, George.
Yes, I didn't get a call either. I saw some posts here and there on some forums that somebody had put on Facebook that they were on, but I searched around and poked around, and I couldn't find where anybody that I had saw put up that they had been selected. It's I don't really know. I don't have any experience with it, but my understanding from a few guys that I do know is once they pick them, you're kind of bound by contract to keep a lid on it until the producer or somebody they're the ones that have to announce it. At least that's my understanding, but I don't know. I'm just a pedestrian here.
You just work here, right?
You're absolutely.
That's not my job.
And we haven't talked to Neil since he did his submission. Neil, I gotta say that was definitely special, should I say?
Just a bit kooky.
Well, I have to ask you, man, and I've been waiting for this opportunity. I mean, we could have been in June, and I hadn't talked to you, and I would have asked you this. Who did that script?
I did.
You did the script.
I sat
So
down
you
one
had
day.
it
I
set.
wrote the script. I taped it the next day, and I actually I shot the whole thing with the webcam that's built into my laptop. And then the day after that, I sat down and edited it. So my wife thought I was crazy. She'd hear me downstairs yelling and throwing stuff around. So it was fun to do.
So
After I watched that, I said, Neil needs some couch time, for real. You need a little couch time.
My wife said I need Jesus.
well, I have to ask you this. Just let me know. Did you sit like with the one outfit on or whatever? Did you sit and just simply talk that whole time, and then do the other, and everything else happen in editing?
That's exactly what I did. I shot all of them, all on one side, then all of the other side, and then just cut it all together.
And that was just with the laptop on your, the camera on your laptop.
Just the laptop. That's all I did. I've had it facing one way for one shot, then turned it a little bit and angled it a different way for the other one, so it looked like it was going back and forth.
Well, I'm hoping for your sake you didn't have a lot of practicing prior to this video.
No.
I'm hoping. I hope you don't.
Well, I did have a lot of practice because I talk to myself all the time.
That's what I was hoping you didn't say. Oh man, so yeah, and it looks like there was a ton of people that definitely liked that video. I was just sitting there, I just couldn't believe it. I was a little worried at first, and then then a few as the jokes flew, I was slowly ignoring it. Then by the end of the video, I was talking to myself. Somebody else was in the room with me, looked a lot like me.
As long as you don't argue.
Well, see, that's what he did.
Yeah.
He argued.
Yeah.
And he got pissed off.
Yeah.
And he threw stuff.
Yeah.
So he's showing him who's boss, right?
That's right.
The greatest.
One thing I must say, I saw several videos posted, and you guys may have also, about 11. I wish I had actually downloaded those videos and posted to the blog. I'm definitely sorry I didn't do that. But on Original Media's Vimeo page, there was 11 Pitmaster videos posted.
Wow.
Newly posted within the last week. So it was, why would they post that? You know what I'm saying? I think somebody might have, just a conspiracy theorist in me, somebody must have thought that was a private account. I don't know why, but somebody must have thought that.
Mm-hmm.
Or do they intend to, when they announce the winners, release their videos on that particular Vimeo account? I'm not sure, but I checked back 3 days later because I was going to do a blog post on it, and they were gone.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Well, I tell you, and here's what I can say. I mean, I'm not under contract. I'm not bound by anything or anybody. John might get mad at me. I don't know, but well, we'll talk about it when I talk to him next. But I can say I saw Diva. I can say I saw Leanne Whippen. I saw the Guru guys. I believe I also saw. I might be mixing this up, but I think I saw Oklahoma Joe's as well. But Chad, have you seen? Have you seen
no,
that?
They're gone, right?
All the videos are gone
All
over
of them
there.
are gone.
There was 11 of them on there, and they are now all gone. Have any of you guys seen that?
I did not.
Okay. Neil?
I didn't know Original Media had a Vimeo page.
George?
I'm still trying to figure out how to work a smartphone.
You got to get a smart person.
Hey Neil, do you
Which
have
leaves me out. Which leaves me out.
Neil, do you have the rotary cell phone? I mean, not Neil. George, you got the rotary cell phone? George.
Yep, the old rotary dial phone. That's me.
There you go. I didn't know that they could have pulse and cell phones. But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that that's what I saw. I don't know if they intend to make that public, make those videos public by that. I don't know if those are the people that were picked preliminary, but I know he said that, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 15 teams being picked, and it looked like they stopped at 11. So I mean, well, we'll see soon enough. That's for sure.
Time will tell.
Time will definitely tell. But and Greg Rempe alluded to this. I think it was last week when he interviewed John Marcus. He said that probably would be pretty tough for repeat pitmasters if the format continues the way season 2 was.
Mm-hmm.
It's season 1, you know, you got special folks that you can repeat, such as Neil. Kevin Neal on there as 2 characters. Right, Neil? I mean, what, Coming to America barbershop scene, something like that?
Yeah.
That's right. I can have 2 teams running at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they don't have that bozo host again.
Oh, man.
Good smoking luck. If I have to hear that for another whole season, I will shoot myself.
Well, Chad, you gotta just and you guys need to correct me if I'm wrong, but what was he on one of those morning shows doing? He said he put the ribs in the oven first.
He boiled them.
He boiled them. That's
boiled
it.
them.
Boiled them.
Yeah.
Nobody got the time to sit and wait for low and slow.
Yeah.
My friends gotta eat now.
Yeah.
So that's the only way you can get.
Hey, don't sugarcoat it, Chad. Why don't you just tell us how you really feel?
That was sugar-coated, George. Jesus. Man,
Chad just went out, man. Is somebody grabbing your mouth or something?
I think he
I just how frustrated he is.
He popped a fuse.
Was that the censor?
exactly. I did some self-censoring. So, no, the only other disappointing thing, I guess I would say, that kind of John let out was that, you know, it's not going to be on TLC. I don't know how many cable companies get Discovery Destination Channel.
You know, I think it's a new channel. I think it's a new channel, and I
think that they're rebranding Planet Green.
I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Neil?
I said I think they're rebranding Planet Green.
Planet Green, yes, that is what I heard as well, yes. So, Chad, you get Planet Green?
I do get Planet Green, yes.
You be good.
Excellent.
So, yeah, rebranding Planet Green, that's good. I mean, how much, like, real green programming could you...
There's only so many solar heat systems you can look at in one day. or gardening shows.
And you know what? That's funny. You know what? It kind of surprised me that they would have barbecue pitmasters on the Green Channel.
Absolutely, dude. We're burning natural resources.
We are, but not Myron.
Yeah, that's true. Petroleum based. Yeah.
That's definitely lighter fluids. Definitely a no. But moving right along. Like I said, it was those 11 videos. I don't know if that they kind of showed their hand on that or not. We'll find out soon enough. Definitely. Next topic I want to talk about is the NBBQA conference. We missed it this year, but we kind of almost never get to go. Unfortunately, it was in South Carolina. That was the closest to us. Was it last year? I think you were there, George, right?
Yes, last year I was able to attend, and I had tried to make it out there this year, but some things just didn't work out, and I didn't get to go.
Wait, Neil, you were at South Carolina last year as well, right? Or no? I get that twisted. Neil.
Mrs. Big Mister was there, but Neil wasn't last year.
Oh, Miss Mister was there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Neil couldn't make the trip. Okay, so, but I know Neil was there this year, right, Neil?
Yeah, we were both there this year.
Okay.
We really enjoyed it. We got to hang out with a lot of folks. We learned a lot. We went to a lot of different seminars. We did a People's Choice contest. And more fun than that was the night before. I just told everybody, I said, let's treat this like a real contest. And I told people there at the conference, just come out to my trailer, and we're going to sit there and sip on something and just hang out and talk like we normally do at a contest. And a bunch of folks showed up out there. The Operation Barbecue guys came out, Stan Hayes and Will Cleaver and Jeff Stiff. Todd Johns was hanging out with the Plowboys. Famous Dave came out. I had smoked some bologna. He's sitting out there eating up our bologna. Mike and Amy Mills were out there for a minute.
You didn't make him run for his baloney, did you?
No, I didn't make him run for his baloney.
I'm sorry, I had to jump in there. Go ahead.
No, he came out. He loved the smoked bologna, and yeah, we just had a bunch of people out there. We had James Suzanne from up in Washington that came down. John Malone, he was on season 2 of Pitmasters. He was the doctor, the surgeon. That was on season 2. He was on there with Melissa Cookston.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He hung out with us, and of course we hung out with Melissa. She was there, Melissa Cookston. She is crazy. Love her too. Yeah, she said, y'all got to come down and visit me. Just come on in, go in the back door. he said, you know, you can come down there, and while you're there, you can visit the restaurant. I said, Melissa, you live in Mississippi. That'd be the only reason I'd come there.
Hey, Neil, looks like Mister said it was the brown liquor that drew him in.
That's right. I started calling us the Friday Night Brown Liquor and Bologna Crew.
Now,
That's
Neil,
a good crew to me.
Yeah.
Hey Neil, did you have any type of did you play any type of part in the festivities, or you was just causing late night trouble?
Well, I was there I did the People's Choice thing. That was it.
Oh, cool.
They you know, Smithfield sponsored. They got us a bunch of meat, and we cooked pulled pork. All the teams cooked pulled pork and chicken. And we came in 4th, but I mean, a lot of folks, they were going all out. They were, I have to inject it, and I have to put 3 different layers of rub, and I have to put this special sauce to cook it, and then I can put the stuff in the foil. And
wait a minute, for the People's Choice?
I was like, really? That's what I said. For People's Choice? Man, I opened them butts up, sprinkled some rub on, threw them in the smoke. I was done. And people say, oh, it's so moist, it's great. I was like, thank you very much. I treated it like a catering gig, man.
Go ahead, Neil. Tell us. You bought some from the farmer's market, right?
No.
You made it earlier that day.
I took down a bunch of my perfect pork rub.
I was just getting ready to ask you that.
And here the official announcement, because we finally came up with a name for it. We'll probably have it on the website tonight, and it'll be live tomorrow for ordering. We're going to call it Big Mister's Foul Foundation Rub.
Foul Foundation.
Foul Foundation. F-O-W-L Foundation, because it is a poultry rub. And with this rub, I tried to do something a little different. This rub is really a base rub. It's the type of rub that, like when I told Chad, when I sent something to Chad for him to try, I said, put this next to your meat. And if you want something sweet, put your skin back on, and you put a sweet rub on top of it, or put your sweet sauce if you want that type of thing. But I looked at a lot of different rubs and a lot of different seasonings from different cultures and stuff like that, and I took the base elements, the stuff that everybody tends to use, and put it together in a rub. So you could take this rub and you can add some herbs to it and do an Italian thing. You could add some cinnamon and some cardamom and do an Indian thing. You could add some cumin and oregano and chili powder and do a Mexican thing. Or you can use it in competition, add a little MSG to it and maybe some sugar and make a competition about it. But I wanted something that everybody can use as a base, and to have it go right next to the meat and still give a good flavor. Now I've been using it at the market doing pulled chicken just by itself, and people, I mean, we took it to the market today. I took 20 pounds of pulled chicken and I sold out in 2 hours. So people are just loving it by itself.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. It came in a little broken up. You sold out in how long?
2 hours.
Wow. Now let me ask you this, just real quick question. When people come for your pulled chicken, are you just prepping, like, okay, say you're selling pulled chicken today, and then next week you came up with a new rub. Are you just selling it just like that, or are you making that same pulled chicken as you did the first time, or are you just simply replacing it? How are you?
I'm not sure I understand what you're
Okay,
asking.
okay,
Like,
I'm sorry. You know how just for consistency purposes, are you telling them, hey, this is the chicken that you had last week, and this is the chicken that I had this new rub for, or you just simply?
The thing was, we hadn't been selling chicken. We had stopped chicken because there's so many things at the market. You know, the Chinese guy has chicken. The Salvadorian guys got chicken pupusas. You know, the Peruvian people have chicken. So we weren't selling. We sold turkey. We didn't sell chicken.
Oh, okay.
But
Gotcha.
I came on this recipe and we started. I tested it at home and we loved it. So hey, we ought to do some pulled chicken. So we let a few other people try it, and we decided we need to put it in the market. So it's new at the market, us doing the pulled chicken.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it's Fowl Foundation, and you just
Fowl Foundation.
And you just take it from there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
See,
As I said, it's something you can take and you can tweak it any way you want to, or you can use it just like it is. Really good, just like it is.
Well, good thing it wasn't
But
called
I wanted it to be
choking
something
chicken.
anybody could use.
Good thing it wasn't called choking chicken rub. You know what I mean? I was just trying to think of witty names. I figured that probably wouldn't be. That
Yeah, I tried a bunch of different things. I was going, I tried red rooster rub, and
that probably would just X out a generation or two from ever seeing that label, right?
I tried baseline bird rub, and I don't know, Fowl Foundation just kind of worked.
That sounds good. I'm gonna put my order in for that tonight. Okay.
Okay, sure. We'll have it on the site by the night, so.
Okay, I'll put my order and I should get my package on tomorrow.
I think my wife might want to rename it. See, she just typed in. I came up with chicken scratch today.
That should get here by that should get here by tomorrow, right, Neil? Didn't you used to work in the shipping area?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. Next topic I wanted to get into, and we can just kind of do a free for all. Looks like we got about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, left on our plate here. Chicken, I'm reading it, I'm seeing it. It's nothing new. Chicken is the thing that gives. Well, I'll tell you this: this is the thing that gives Senior the most fits out of all the competition meat. Would you say?
Yeah. Chicken is the thing that does give me a little problems. I mean, first of all, I just hate prepping it.
Right, and that's what I wanted to get into here.
That's the first point. I hate prepping it, right? And once I get it prepped, it's pretty cool. But just all the little things that you do to try to to get the thing going good. And I like what Neil said earlier about, hey, I just threw some stuff on there, put it on there, made sure I ain't overcook it, and took it off, and everybody liked it. I think sometimes, you be trying to do so much that, you go overboard and mess it up.
Right.
So, my next practice is I'm just going to roll the dice. I'm going to either do next to nothing or everything plus.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
So, I mean, I just get down to with the chicken, like I said, it's the preparation that really kills me. I hate it. It takes me longer to do 15 thighs than it does to do all the other 3 meats, in a competition category all together, so
right.
Yeah, because it's so much work. But like I said, I'm gonna probably be cutting a couple corners, and then I might not, but
maybe the foundation is what we're missing.
Yeah, I need that foundation,
Yeah.
I could take that foundation, make it part of my brine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. That's one thing that with chicken, I'm never gonna leave out with brine in it.
We can take that foundation and bring our own rub to market.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I say that out loud?
Oops.
I hear you.
We just call it foul play or something.
Yeah. Because that definitely would be
a
foul
foul
play.
play, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Very foul.
Okay. First thing, as far as excuse me, as far as chicken prep, Senior, what kind of knife are you using?
Hey, I use it at times. I even use a what do I think it like a paint scraper. You know, I mean, you know how you scrape the not paint scraper, wallpaper scraper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you get one. I mean, it's never been used for anything else
Oh,
but
okay.
this chicken.
I was
okay?
getting a little worried.
I wasn't, you know, going in the garage and getting this thing. No, it's new.
Chicken tastes a little funny last
Yeah.
time.
You know, and it's like, and it works out pretty good because I'm trying to, you know, scrape that skin on the chicken, and you know that thing is really sharp and everything, and it's got a nice size. So I mean that works out good for scraping the skin, you know.
Right.
And then you know, a regular prep knife, maybe trying to kind of make them uniform. And then, like I said, I'm just basically, you know, throwing them in the brine and out of the brine, maybe injecting.
Okay. How about you, George? What kind of knife are you using to even start prepping it?
I use a 6-inch boning knife for everything at a contest. That's my knife of choice.
6-inch boning knife, nice. Any brand of choice?
It doesn't really matter as long as it's got a nice sharp edge on it. I usually sharpen everything in my bag before each contest, and I'll usually carry maybe 2 or 3 of them with me, and it's just as long as it's sharp.
Okay. How about you, Chad?
Usually, yeah, just a boning knife, and let me go ahead and preface this chicken discussion with 2 things. One is my teammate Jared Hatcher takes care of the chicken. So I'm there. I'm a support mechanism. I bring him all the natty lights he needs. You know, if he wants the music changed, I change the music. Whatever the case may be, Jared, you know, always handles the chicken prep stuff. I've done it in the past. We always just use the boning knives. But I've heard if you really don't want to have to worry with any of your chicken prep, there's a certain panelist on here that's also an author. I'm not trying to narrow it down. That if you give him a few drinks, he may just get intoxicated enough that he'll prep your chicken for you on Friday night. I've heard that.
Uh-oh. Hey, Chad, hold on one second. You said you've heard, and then you went out for a second.
Good.
I was saying I have not witnessed these allegations, but I have heard that there's a certain panelist that'll do it for you, but if you get him just to that right point of intoxication on Friday night.
Don't tell my secrets.
Man, I wasn't in.
You know what? If he's prepping your chicken, Neil, across the U.S. and getting it to you on time, this dude is awesome. Woo. Hey, George, you're so silent there.
That could have been anybody's ass.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm just mad that the people that told me that told me after we were at Big in the Park.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Hey, Chad. Do you know if it's any? Now the Jared is in charge of chicken from start to finish, or do you guys?
No, he handles the prep, and then so he handles the prep, and he usually, you know, I'll go ahead and get the marinade together. So as he's prepping them, I'll get them down in marinade, and then on Saturday morning, Jared usually pulls them out of marinade, rubs them, reconstructs them, and then you know, it's kind of up to me to cook them. So the easy way to remember the way our team works is Jared gets everything prepped up usually from a meat cutting point of view, and then I handle the injections and the rubs. You know, we usually put it on together at night. I handle the cooking of it, and then Jared handles everything on presentation and box building. So it's kind of a different approach to how we manage our team, but it seems to work out.
Okay. All right, next one, and I'll just double right back with you, Chad. Well, I mean, just you can tell me what you've seen, I guess, for this. How do you get them uniform size? Is that something that you take into account when you're picking them, or is it something that is it all prep work? to get them all uniform?
You do try when you're picking them. You try to get some uniform sizes. We had been as anal retentive in the past as we actually had a jig made that showed exactly how wide and how tall we wanted the thigh to be, and we used that.
Uh-oh. Chad?
Yep.
You said you how wide and tall you want to be, and you use that what?
And so we would take that jig and put it down and then cut off the excess around the sides and the top and the bottom, because then that way we knew it'd be uniform. We got to thinking maybe that was a little too much, so now we just kind of eyeball it.
Okay. How about you, George?
I've done something similar to what Chad's saying with the jig type of operation, but I also have just went to eyeballing. It's hard to buy. I try to buy them as uniform as you can, but typically they're never all the same size. So I try to pick the one that's going to be the size that I'm after, and then I take and cut everything down to that. You know, so that they're all uniform size.
Gotcha. How about you, Neil?
It's eyeballing. You know, I'm gonna do some trimming when I get it, so I'll get that first one done, and usually I'll do them like on a tray, like a cafeteria tray, and I'll put that one up against the edge, so I have kind of a guide to work with, and then I just start working down the tray and try to get them all the same width, and just go from there. I don't put too much into it. I mean, I tried that. I mean, I've done boxes where I had 9 little thigh balls in the box, and I didn't really care for it. So now I just cook chicken.
All right, Senior.
Well, like I said, I do try to cut them down to make them pretty much the same. I mean, I don't use a cookie cutter or something like that to get them exactly, but I just try to get one that's a nice size and make them all pretty much be the same way, and try to have that skin covering everything. Just sometimes the skin draws back on them, but just try to have that skin just covering everything.
Now, do you remove the bone or not?
I don't remove the bone. I've done that in the past, and I just didn't like how it kind of turned out. But hey, when I'm cooking them, that bone is in there.
Okay, Neil, were you just laughing at me?
You mean in general?
Damn.
Wow.
I like that. It sounded like somebody laughed when I said, "Do you remove the bone?" And so, one of these kids in the back of the class would laugh. How about you, Neil? Do you remove the bone?
No, I leave that bone in there.
Chad?
Leave the bone in.
I'm sorry. We just went.
Stop it! My wife is in here.
Hey, Neil, you're the one that answered that way. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chad.
Currently we're cooking bone in. In the past, but it just kind of ran its course.
In the past, I'm sorry, Chad. Can you repeat the part because you faded out a second here? You said in the past what?
Yeah, in the past we had cooked boneless.
Okay.
But we more recently have been more bone in.
I'm sorry, Chad.
I'm sorry.
Did that hurt? Cooking bone? No, I'm sorry.
I'm cooking chicken thighs that has the bone.
Yep.
That didn't sound any better.
No. Moving right along to you, George.
Well, last year I ended up doing both throughout the season, and I think coming out of the gate this year, I'm going to be boneless.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let's get off this topic.
Better had.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Let's get on. Okay. How the season? Senior. Let's start back with you, senior. Let's get a hold of ourselves here. Do you season inside the chicken? I know you said you're scraping the skin on the inside of chicken, put the skin back on. Do you season the inside of chicken, or how do you? What's your technique?
Okay, if we're talking about competition, yeah, I'm seasoning under the skin, right, and I'm seasoning both sides, everything. You know, I'm seasoning under the skin, above the skin, both sides. If we're just talking about cooking chicken in general, I'm just seasoning chicken really, all the way through. And like I said, I'm starting with a brine, and at times I might even inject, things like Italian seasoning or something like that. But we give it a nice, slightly seasoned chicken, and then put it on the smoker and go for it.
Okay, Neil, you're starting trouble in the chat, ain't you? So Neil puts just in case you guys aren't and for our listeners that are listening to recording, Neil puts in the chat, George is coming out the gate boneless, pass it on.
I thought this was just between friends.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. George, what's your seasoning technique?
Who's that?
George.
Oh, I'm
The
sorry.
boneless guy.
Sorry. I like to season the underneath. I use one rub underneath. I use a different one on top. And then after I'm cooking about halfway through my cook, I re-season.
Okay, sounds good. How about you, Chad?
What was the question again?
Seasoning. What's your seasoning technique, Chad?
Seasoning technique.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Just season the meat, put the skin back over, season the top with 3 Eyes. Proud sponsor, Whiskey Bent Barbecue. Also very good for color on chicken. And then that's it. We don't season again in the chicken process.
Okay, cool. And doubling right back with you, Chad. How do you get the bite through chicken?
We
You
do it
notice
all.
you didn't ask me about the seasoning, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, did I skip you, Neil, on the season?
You skipped me for the past 2 questions. I've been long. They say we
Oh
better not
no!
get
Wait a
left
minute!
in.
Wait a minute now! No.
He was pretty much gone. We
You
better ignore
were
it.
starting some trouble, so you kind of threw me off of my game. Okay, I'm sorry. Before we double back with you, Chad, Neil, what's your seasoning technique? I'm really.
They sounded nice now.
I rub in every crevice I can.
This is that's why I skipped you.
I knew it.
Okay, and I guess we already know what kind of seasoning you use, right?
Yeah, well, that'll be what I'll be using this year.
All right, Chad.
Yes.
Before we rudely interrupted.
Now I've got a question for Neil. Just going back to the seasoning one more time.
Please no.
Does it? I mean, Neil, does it depend on the crevice, or do all crevices get treated the same?
What's going to happen when we talk about pork butts?
Finger I have free.
Okay.
What'd you
All
say,
right.
Neil?
I said it just depends on which finger I have free at the time.
God dang.
All right,
Oh man.
Chad.
Are we
bite
still
through-
talking about chicken?
Bite through chicken. Bite through chicken. How do you achieve that, Chad?
We achieve it always just with the prep. So
Okay.
we make sure when we take the skin off, we're taking a fillet knife, getting all the fat off the skin. You know, it's almost see-through, and that's how we're kind of getting to the bite-through skin.
Okay, cool. How about you, Senior?
Like you said, I think all the things you do leading up to cooking it is what makes it work, cooking at the right temperature for the right amount of time. For us, that's like 275 plus, and just getting that timing down. You get that right bird.
What about you, George?
I'm with Chad on that. We take the skin off, remove the fat off the back, and then reattach it.
And we never did that until I saw George stumbling around on a Friday night with a bottle of whiskey and a 6-inch boning knife.
Which he really didn't need because he's bowling.
Leave my 6-inch boning knife out of this discussion.
Hey, you know what? Neil's a troublemaker.
They keep pitching me fat ones. What do you expect?
Okay. All right. Okay. Last topic I want to talk about before we go into our parting shots, as if we haven't started that already, right? I want to talk about our Game Changers barbecue contest. If you go to the huckshut.com blog and look at the feature post currently, there's a contest going on where you can win a party queue for your particular smoker. All you need to do is comment. You can log in via your Facebook, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, and several more credentials, and just simply comment, what do you think within the past 15 to 20 years, or 10 to 15 years, whatever. You get the drift. Was the most important development or game changer in barbecue?
Can I go ahead and submit mine now, Huck?
Well, kind of.
Neil Straughter. Neil Straughter's my selection. Biggest game.
Well, you know what we'll do? We'll on our show in 2 weeks from now, we're going to be announcing the winner, and then what we'll do is also on that show discuss amongst ourselves, what do we think? I don't want to discuss it now and perhaps preempt some folks' answers and stuff like that. So we'll let everybody compete, and then we'll announce the winner, and then we'll go in on a little bit on that part. But just remember, you can win a party.
I would like to give the listeners one hint. I would say muffin pan chicken. And Kevin Roberts, host, season 2, Pitmasters. 2 of the biggest game changers in the industry, right there.
And crock pot.
Well, women stuff to change it for the better.
Neil, come on, man.
And crock pots.
And crock pot.
Okay.
I don't want any pellet.
Uh-oh. There he goes with that censor. You don't want any what, Chet?
I said I don't want any pellet cooker comments coming out next.
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Right.
Chad, finishing up with you. What's going on within the next 2 weeks before we meet again?
Next 2 weeks, nothing too much. A little bit of travel for work. Obviously, every Tuesday night, if you guys don't get your fill of barbecue talk, please join us over on Blog Talk Radio, Tuesday night, 7 to 9. Whiskey Bent Barbecue in the Pit. Next week, we've already got Chris Hart from IQ lined up, and then hopefully the winner of Sam's Club Ocala, since I seem to know some of those guys. So we'll see what happens, but it's a lot of fun. We go 2 hours, talk a lot of barbecue, and it's a really blast. I never thought it'd be this much fun when we started, but I look forward to it every week, so that's really about it.
Awesome. George?
We don't have a whole lot going on yet either. We're getting things ready for the competition season. We will be this Saturday. We'll be attending the Mid-Atlantic Barbecue Association's annual banquet and meeting. It's being held in Bel Air, Maryland this year, and we're looking forward to getting together and seeing everybody down there for that. But other than that, we're just working, getting things lined up for the upcoming season.
Okay, and I'm almost afraid to say this. Neil?
Well, probably the biggest thing we have going on, and it should be happening hopefully within the next week or two, is we will be releasing our book. Yeah, we wrote a book. It's called, I wrote it, and my wife has edited it. It's called The Way to Her Heart. It has absolutely nothing to do with barbecue, but it does have to do with cooking. So it should be released on Amazon, hopefully within, like I said, in the next week or two. It'll come out as a paperback first, and then shortly thereafter it'll be available on Kindle also.
Wow. Oh, when you said you were going to release a book, I just thought it was probably like a electronic release versus, but you're going to actually have paperback. Cool.
We're going to have paperback, and Sylvie says I won't say what the original name of the book was. I ain't scared. The original name of the book was The Secret Sex Recipe.
Oh. So now the Way to Her Heart, is that a cookbook?
It is partially a cookbook. It's a dating book. I relate a lot of my dating experiences because, when I was younger, I was, well, let's be frank, I was a hoe.
Okay.
You wanna share some of the experiences, but I'm married and have a daughter now. And we decided we needed to kind of edit it a little bit, tone it down just a little bit, not too much, but we toned it down a little bit. But it's a good book. Like I said, it'll give guys a lot of tips, especially for that all-important first date to make sure she comes back for another one. And like I said, I teach guys to cook, and these are guys that not guys who like us who cook every day, but this is a basic cookbook for a guy who's never really gotten into cooking. It has things like this is a pot, go and get one. Lots of pictures saying, hey, you needed this, you need this. But it's all, like I say, it's all about creating a atmosphere to make your woman comfortable and happy and full and hopefully at some point freaky.
I got you.
Huck, real quick, I gotta tell myself when Neil was saying this book's meant for the guy that has never, he kind of stuttered, and I swore he was gonna say gotten laid. but he said never seen a pot before. But
okay, yeah. Okay, I have to be quiet now because my mom is in the chat room.
Okay, done.
Well, sounds interesting, Neil. That definitely, I never saw that one coming. I thought it was a joke when you posted a picture of it, honestly.
No, it's a real
you see
book.
I commented, I said, is this for real?
It's something like 117 pages.
Cool.
Very cool.
Scary. Yeah, definitely. Oh,
I know, it's frightening.
Now all you need to do is be on Oprah, right? You don't have
that happened. Well, Oprah ain't on Oprah anymore, so.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I'm getting on that book list.
Okay, and for us here at Huck's Hut, same old. Continue to listening to our podcast. We got a nice amount of live streamers today. We appreciate you all listening. The next couple of weeks, we'll just be prepping for our first contest in Gavinell. Excuse me. And that's Conowingo, Maryland singing?
Yep. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
what is that? That's the end of March, correct?
I think it's March 23rd.
March 23rd. Okay, yeah. We'll be just for the next couple of weeks prepping for that and prepping for our next show. Remember the Game Changers contest on www.huckshut.com. You can join us always in the forums at forums.huckshut.com or on Facebook as well. So basically, till next time, everybody. You're in the hut.